What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You already know what time it is. This is your boy, the historian. You either get right or you get left. You're in the birdcage tonight. We actually got a little bit of an open forum for you guys tonight. We're gonna talk a little bit about Mr. Kirk Cousins. He is finally signed, sealed, and delivered. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. I'm gonna bring in the crew. So sit back, relax, and on your way in, go ahead and hit that like button for us so we can go ahead and keep these likes up and keep providing you the quality content that we have for you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Okay, y'all, this is it.
What's going on? We're back into the building. You already know how we get down. Hit that like and subscribe button for us on your way in, or if you don't hit it on your way in, make sure you hit it on your way out. We're gonna go ahead and make sure we get you right. So while you guys get back and sit down, eat your dinner, do everything else, we're gonna be here talking. We won't be smacking in your faces tonight. So we're gonna make sure that we get things right tonight. So I gotta bring the magnificent Birdcage crew into the building. We have K Dub, Coach Cam. Last and definitely not least, we got Graybeard into the building, Mr. Salt and Pepper himself. We're also going to allow fans to come in here and chop it up with us tonight. So I'll be providing a link once we get everything started. What's going on, fellas?
What it is, what it do, Birdcage family. Yeah, we got some news to get into. Like I said, if you ain't in here, call a friend, tell your 1,000 friends and faithful to go ahead and get in here because Birdcage about to get into it. I know it's been done on different shows, but they haven't did the Birdcage way. Like the historian said, hit that like, share, and subscribe button, and let's go. Good to be in the building tonight, guys. Everyone.
First and foremost, man, hey, Coach Cam, good to see you, my guy. Welcome back, homie. Falcon fan, hey, man, hey, we made a splash. So, hey, man, I'm looking forward to the conversation. I'm looking forward to everybody's opinion. Like K Dub, hey, man, hit and like that subscribe button, historian, if you please, sir. Thank you.
So if y'all can do me a favor, whoever got the TV turned up, go ahead and mute that, please.
Not me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let's go ahead and get down to it, man. Captain Kirkwood, aka Kirk Cousins, has landed.
Space, the final
Hey, look, he played it earlier. I didn't hear it, but now I got it.
You ain't gonna be doing that shit through the whole show, dog. I can't do it. I can't do it, dog. So y'all go ahead and so y'all go ahead and hit that link for us or whatnot. We provided the link for you guys to so we can recognize you or whatnot. We see you in there, Nathan, or whatnot. I provided the link so we can actually see what you're doing. We got a few people that's gonna come through. Our boy Berto, once he gets situated from 95 North Sports Machine with Smitty and those boys, he's gonna come through and kick it with us tonight for a little bit. What's going on, Auntie Pam? We see you in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fellas, so he's landed. He's landed. They finally got us a quarterback. Now, we already know that the fan base is 50% happy, and then the other half of the fan base is 50% pissed
I'm
off.
gonna say 80-20.
No,
Oh, look, you wait a minute. You're gonna say 80-20.
no.
I'll say this, bro.
I'm in
I really
Atlanta.
believe in it, and I hate to say it like this, but I'm
Well,
gonna keep it a buck with you.
70-30.
I'll say it like this, dog. I really believe that we're in a situation now with the Falcons right now where everybody complained about having a quarterback, myself included. We've been talking about this stuff. This is a guy that we might have not wanted. We might, a lot of people didn't want him because we talked about it, and I was verbally honest about that. I'm gonna show this here. Since we playing Star Trek sounds in the back, I had to pull out something retro for everybody that's in the building tonight. Dog, if you not riding with the logo, go ahead and ride out. It's what it is, dog. He here, support him, get behind him. You can be pissed off all you want to, but at the end of the day, it is not gonna change a damn thing. I had to pull this out for y'all. I went old school birdcage. No sellout fans allowed.
No
I
sellouts
pulled out the shirt
allowed,
for y'all
baby.
today. No
We
sellout
going,
fans allowed.
we going
This is
old
what
school.
it is.
We going old school birdcage. Okay.
And with us going old school birdcage, some bad habits might follow, but we ain't gonna get it like that. But I'm saying it again. Please, please, please understand. We are not going to do it this way. So, Auntie Pam, I'm getting ready to provide the link in a little bit. We just getting ready to warm it up for everybody before everybody comes in. So it's just what it is. So I'll put it to you like this. With the way that the Falcons have been so far, we are in a situation where we got a guy that practically was on pace for 4,000 yards last year, had less than 10 interceptions, and had over 20 touchdowns. We haven't had that production in a while. We complained about Desmond Ridder turning over the ball. We complained about the year before, Marcus Mariota turning over the ball. We're in a spot now where we have a guy that doesn't turn over the ball. No, he's not fleet of foot, period. He can move around in the pocket, but he is not fleet of foot. Now, he ain't Matt Ryan. Now he can actually get out of dodge and duck a tackle if he needs to. That's one thing I'll give him. Go back and look at the footage. But this gentleman here, he's a guy he's pretty much a rhythm type of quarterback. And we've got to add more pieces in, and we've got to add up this pass protection, as I've been stating for the longest. We've got to add pass protection to protect this man. 36 years old, coming off an Achilles injury. My thing is we don't need to rush these jokers back. So how do you guys feel about this? Because I know I'm gonna get into it, but I'm gonna go ahead and let Coach Cam jump on this first because it's been a while since we've had him in here. So Cam, go ahead and let us know what's up, man.
It's just good. It just feels good to be home, my brothers. With the landing of Captain Kirk, I'm kind of torn a little bit. I'm not saying I'm happy about it. I'm not mad about it either. I'm kind of torn because I'm scared that the Achilles is not completely healed. If we're going to look at his contract, for a lot of the fans who are bringing up the Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson contract situations, please understand these are totally different things. So if you're still on it, go in the corner, put on the dunce hat, and leave it alone. These are totally different situations. These are different situations. Lamar was never leaving Baltimore. Deshaun Watson got paid because Arthur Blank set him up to get paid. And now you're in a position where you have Kirk Cousins for 2 years. He's a bridge quarterback. He's somebody that's going to come in here and actually teach a future quarterback. Because if you look at it, Kirk Cousins does have a very good reputation of being an all-around team player. Everywhere he's gone, everyone's loved him. He doesn't turn over the ball, which is a great thing, and he can push the ball downfield. So for guys like Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and whoever else we bring in here, those guys are going to have the ability to go and make plays. So it opens up the playbook, especially with the way that we run the ball. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. Um, but again, the one knock for me is that Achilles injury because at the age of 35, we don't know how he's gonna bounce back from something like that. I've never seen it done in all the years that I watch football, so that's just something that we have to kind of give him grace on just to kind of see how he bounces back from it. But overall, I think it was money. It was money well spent. It doesn't eat up a lot of our cap space. And again, you have a veteran who does not turn over the ball. So when you look at it, he runs this offense very well. So you're going to have the ability to play a lot of play action, and you're going to have to truly pay attention. You're going to have to play the defense honest because they can't load the box anymore because we now have a quarterback that can put the ball downfield. So I'm looking forward to what's going to come of this, and let's go Falcons.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and give it up to K Dub, and the gray one comes afterwards. So, because we warming this thing up for the fans, because we're gonna let them in here with us tonight, because we do this every Thursday. So they're
Well,
jumping at the bit to get in. So what you got?
well, I mean, he touched on it, man. I mean, I just felt like I was going. I mean, we can go back into the archives and check out other episodes that I was more towards building a young nucleus to move the needle forward. And that I didn't point out a certain player or anything of that nature. I just said I want to build with a young nucleus. But the organization, the front office, and the powers that be, and I do trust in Terry because of where he got us in our money situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I do believe in Coach Raheem. So they felt like they needed a veteran quarterback. And I want to give props and shots out to Scoop, who's not on the panel right now, but he did call it correctly. He felt like everywhere that Coach Raheem Morris was successful at, they had a veteran quarterback. So that's the route that they had to go and take. And they got the best veteran quarterback available on the market. So if you look at it from those glasses and those lenses, then they did basically hit a home run in the front office eyes because that's what they were gunning after, a veteran quarterback to lead this franchise forward for the next few years. Just praying that the guy doesn't have another crucial injury moving forward and that he comes back off of the Achilles uh, ready to go and ready to put us winning the NFC South the next few years and possibly going to take us and win us a Super Bowl.
Most definitely. So Graybeard, what you got? Because we got some folks in the back that are waiting on you right now, because they
All right.
definitely want to come in and chop it up with us.
Yeah, man. I mean, with Captain Kirk, man, it like this for me. People don't know that when Kirk was back in his Washington Commander day, Raheem Morris was on that coaching staff. Because Raheem Morris
Yup.
pretty much already knows, familiarized with Kirk. He already had a good relationship with him throughout throughout the entire of his career. So that's the familiarity that Raheem Morris wanted to go to. Somebody that he already don't previously work with. And you
Mm-hmm.
look at the with the kind of with Kirk, pretty much Terry Fontenot on Raheem Morris like this. Win now. You got a 3 year window. Win now, and that's what the signing to me with Captain Kirk signifies to me. The win now. You got a veteran quarterback. Before he tore that dreadful injury toward Achilles, that man had thrown for 18 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. He was in the top three before he got hurt in passer rating and and completion. So you got a quarterback within rhythm can be dangerous, something that we haven't had in almost 7 years. So I mean, we had to surefy that golden position, which is the quarterback position. Now, for me, I still think we're gonna draft a quarterback. It's gonna probably be in the later round, but I still believe that we're gonna draft a quarterback.
Hopefully,
But with
Penix falls to us. I'm sorry.
with that eight pick though, that's
Just throw
where
that.
it gets a little tricky. We can still get that defensive player that we need, preferably an edge rusher, or get somebody on the back end. Or we can do kind of what I don't think too many people might not keep coming. We might drop down. We might go down a couple of spots because
Now I brought that up last episode there.
okay,
Yep.
K Dub, salute. But
And I'm just saying because I
No,
talked
no, no,
about that.
because the problem is this. You'll
oh,
have you'll say something and the joker try to steal it. That's why he putting the stamp on it like that.
okay,
Because I do that mess all the time, and you know that.
I'm gonna give you credit.
But
I'm gonna give you credit. But I just think
yeah, just like I had to take humble pie. I picked up the phone. I didn't do it on the show, ladies and gentlemen. I actually picked up the phone and I called Scoop and told him that. But
But-
speaking of calls or whatnot, we got 3 folks that's coming in here. We see our regular, our guy William Avery, aka FMLA, and then we got Auntie Pam. We haven't seen her in a long time, and we got one more person that's done arose from the dead. He done now he done forgot about us and started stepping on everybody else's show, but he left us behind. Don't think I'm not gonna call you out, Clayton. What's up? Yeah, that's Clayton Murray. The dead has arisen, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm gonna do it like Granddaddy. Hold up. I gotta do it like Granddaddy did up in the color purple. By God, the dead has arisen.
But Ryan, I got a question. But I got a question before you hand it off to the rest of the new folks that came in.
Yeah, that's Clayton Murray. The dead has arisen, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. So who's got that playing in the back? Hold up. I gotta do it like Granddaddy did. Come on, man. Like for real. Come on,
gotta-
man. No, turn that down. Whoever got that up, please turn that down.
Turn the show down.
Professional.
I guess he
on, Manuel.
I guess he's watching the show.
Yeah, but I got a question.
Emmanuel.
Watching you. Oh shit, my bad. I was on mute.
Nah, man. So what's going on, man? We got
What's
a
up,
couple of
what's up?
folks in here. Let's hear what you
Yeah.
guys think about what's going on right now, man.
Who
So I'm gonna
we
start
want
this with
first?
Auntie.
Who-
We're gonna start this with Auntie. She ain't been in here in a minute. So
Okay.
and then Clayton, and then I got William, and then we're gonna let Emmanuel jump on this next. So what you got, Auntie?
I like Kirk Cousin better than Fields. I would say that. I wanted Russell Wilson. He was my guy.
Oh,
But hey, I'll take Kirk. I'm happy with Kirk. Now let's build an offense and defense, and we already got a running game, and add some receiver to help him.
Mm-hmm.
And you can trade back, like somebody said, trade back and get some more picks. You
Or you
even
can take
trade
it-
more and get some more picks. Whatever you
Or-
need to do to get some
or
more
you can
picks.
get a doozy at 8.
Oh yeah.
A doozy at
It's-
8.
Or
That's
you
nasty.
can go get somebody with your last name called Worthy, who you've been talking about more so than a doozy.
But at 8 though, I don't think he at 8 though.
Hey,
I
he
don't know
opened
about
that
an 8.
field. He
Hey,
gonna
he
open
up
up
there
that
with
field.
he up there. He got those hands and feet, and you know he
I
tough.
want him, but not at 8. A doozy
Hey,
at 8. Then we
I
take a
bet
receiver.
look,
I still
I bet
think
money
they
if
gonna
they
make some
draft him
splash
at
in the
8, he
free
gonna get the
agent.
jersey.
Dallin
Still
Turner
say
or
they're gonna
bringing
make some
Jared
splash
Verse.
in the free agent.
They say we getting Charlie Warner. That was
Yeah, we
somebody
did. We
said.
signed him already.
We
They
already
brought
Okay,
signed
think
him.
about it.
We already
They
Okay,
brought
that-
him in.
That
So
means we
here's the thing,
drafted some dogs then. We drafted some dogs.
Now here's the thing.
Got it.
They brought Charlie Warner in because he knows the system, because he's played in it since he's been out of Georgia. So when you talk about it, he and Greg Kittle were 2 great blocking tight ends. Charlie's also had a couple of receptions, but he's also known for his special teams play. Something that I've harped on all season, and I've said from years since we started this thing. I said special teams is the third part of the game that always gets overlooked. And
Yes, I
him
can see
and Chris
one.
exactly. He and Chris Conley showed out in the Super Bowl and literally kept Kansas City in check or whatnot during that game. But so we got Clayton in the building or whatnot. Long time no see.
No, my bad. You know, I've been going through
Man,
some
ain't no
things,
bad.
but
You
I'm back.
Oh,
I'm
going
back.
through some
kicked us
things.
to the
Doctors
bird.
hurt me.
Oh, going
Doctors
through
hurt me
some
again
things.
this year. You know,
He
I
kicked us
had to
the
wake up.
bird.
But
going through some things.
Going through some things.
Captain Kirk, I love him because as I sit back and think about it, he's a perfect match for the OC scheme. He's gonna give you that power that you need all the way down the throw. He's a dog. Kirk Cousins thought a dog, like everybody know. So, and then on top of that, Ritter can learn off of him.
Mm-hmm.
You can use
Ritter need
number 8 pick stuff for a quarterback. You can use for a wide receiver or a
third
D
string.
end or the corner. I I feel happy about this. Now the money issue, we could have got a little cheaper, but
No, we wouldn't.
he's a vet though.
It is what it is. He's a
Oh, his
veteran.
agent,
We
his
wouldn't
agent,
have.
like I ain't playing. His agent want that money, man.
But
Yeah,
Freddie, but look
I'm
at
glad that
this,
he
bro.
did make that money go because that's showing me that we ready to win, not lose.
Exactly.
But
Yeah, I
if you
ain't.
look at it, if you look at his contract, it's actually on par with what the
Yeah,
market is for quarterbacks. So he's actually cheaper than most of the quarterbacks who are getting ready to get signed right now. Because if you look at Lamar and Patrick Mahomes'
But
contract,
off of
they
ATL
set
injury,
they set that market. So if you look at Kirk Cousins, his contract
It's
is
cheaper.
actually kind of cheap for what we're going to keep him. We're only going to keep him for 2 of the 4 years. Let's just be
Exactly.
honest.
3 years
He's not
max.
playing off 4
3
years, so
years max.
we're basically paying him $90 million for 2 years for him
$90
to hold the
million.
spot of the future
Exactly what
quarterback.
it is.
So
Exactly.
it's really not a bad contract. Everybody's looking at the 250 million. He's not going to be here for all 4. Just look at
John,
it
we see
as
you in the
2
back.
years 90, 2 years 90
Yeah,
million,
it's 2
and
years,
we're
90
very
million.
good.
Turn down your mic.
yeah. I think the
That's
last
really
2
what
years we
it
can
is.
get off under that. The last 2 we should be able to get off under that, man.
I just want to know who his agent is because his agent is the truth.
He's
Yeah,
got a
he
good
the
He's
truth.
agent.
gotten
Oh,
that
no,
man. He's gotten that job
hey, no,
paid everywhere he went.
no, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll definitely take a business class from Kirk Cousins. I ain't gonna lie to you. My
Every
goodness.
bit of his contract.
you
No,
like
you
that?
mean hold on? You
For
mean you
sure.
take a business? You'll take a business class from his agent or
From
whatever.
his
Kirk is
agent,
just
yeah.
He
Kirk
definitely
is just
made his wife
benefited off of
happy.
a smart agent.
He made his wife happy. He moved
Every
her
bit
back
of
to
his
Atlanta.
contract from
Right.
medical
I mean, he
all the
got
way
7
to
kids.
the commander, fully guaranteed.
Well, so here's the thing, man. So Emmanuel, welcome to the cage, baby. What's happening? Somebody's
Hey,
mic is a little loud. Can y'all turn that down just a tad? I hear it, and it's echoing a little bit. It's not echoing, but it's just like really loud or whatnot. So we're getting a little feedback with that.
hey, could that be me?
Nah, Chris, let me see.
Yo.
That's you a little bit, Chris. You gotta turn it down just a
Okay.
smidge, not too much. Nah, you good though, Chris. You crystal clear, but it's woo. Joy's
Hey
having
man,
these
I
headphones
just
on.
I just want to say I'm glad to be here with you guys, man. And, chop it up with you guys. Y'all consider the gurus of the game. I've been in this thing since and supporting that logo since '78. So it's been a long time waiting. And I'm looking at I don't seen the highs and the very lows and but like I said, I was glad to chop it up with you guys. Get a different feel for the younger people. And get y'all feedback. But one thing about Cousins, he can win games, no
Yeah.
doubt about that. Is he that guy that's gonna take us past that? Past the division and owning this, the conference, game, like we used to do back in the '80s. I don't know how many of you guys been there. When it came to the conference, we owned this thing. When it came to the conference, you couldn't help but bring up not Dallas, but the Atlanta Falcons. We were that one that was challenging the 49ers, challenging the Cowboys of the old. Even the great Cowboys. We were the one that was challenging them. But we want Kirk Cousins to be that guy that can elevate this team with the weapons that we're bringing in to this conference level and owning it. When it comes talking Super Bowl, you can't help but bring up the Falcons. That's what we want. If
Yes,
Cousins
sir.
that guy, it's all going to be depend on whether or not he could work with this injury, because this is something that he has not faced. He's been injured in the past, but at this age and that injury that he has, to me, that's the only concern I have for him. At that age, like I said, we've had an older guy in the position before, Chris Chandler.
Yep, 1998 vibes. I said it
I
earlier.
remember Chandler. Yep.
He played with an injury, but
and
he became that guy that could distribute that ball. He can distribute. And Kirk Cousins is that guy. He can distribute that ball. But, like I said, this injury, to me, is my only concern. I love Kirk Cousins.
So, Emmanuel, I got a question for you. Because, see, K-Dub and myself talked about this earlier on the phone, and I said exactly what you said earlier. Okay. Exactly, word for word, what you said.
Yeah, you said it. He said it exactly.
And K-Dub said it like this. He said,
I just had deja vu.
Let me tell you, K-Dub smirked over the phone. He was like, hey, this is how we can do this here. He said, all we got to do is figure out if we trade back, which he's been harping on, saying if we do get Cousins or somebody, trade back and you build up around them. Now, this is what he said earlier. He said, hands down, you trade back, you get this guy. You build up this offensive line around him because here's the thing. He can't run for his life. Not the whole time.
No, he
Not
can't.
with not with an Achilles.
Don't need
Not with
that.
an Achilles injury at that. So you have to
Don't need
put
that.
a
You have to
wall
protect
around
him.
this guy. And
Yeah, we
my
might
thing
take
is
it. We might take offensive lineman at 8 then.
exactly.
I said,
That's
Hey,
what
we
I'm
were
saying.
saying that
We
earlier.
take him. Here's the
Earlier
thing.
about taking
Don't
Jimmy
be
off.
surprised if they was to take Amarius Mims at 8. If he lasts that long, if they
I
take
don't
him
think
at
he's gonna
8,
last. He's
that
top
will be
5.
Jake Matthews' replacement right there.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Jake is getting a little long in the tooth, and we have to start thinking, all right, for these next 2 years, you got to get a veteran center on top of that because there's a lot of them out here right now. And then you just, like I said, you're going to have to fill up those holes. You got to get linebackers. We're going to get to that in a minute, but we're going to spend on this quarterback. So I got my guy William Avery in here. I'm going to let Chris jump on it. And one of my guys who normally ain't here on the regular, step off for a sec because we're going to let John in here because he's in the back.
They're gonna miss the FMLA.
Oh,
Yeah, we got John the cricket preacher up in here tonight. I believe him. I think he might have been on that corn liquor today.
with his fifth. With his fifth.
I had look.
Hey,
You see, I had to close the door on that.
first. I can jump off first if y'all want me to.
No. We do this every
week.
week. You hardly ever come through here. We love having a female's perspective coming through the show, and you're a seasoned fan. You've been around longer than all us as a fan. So your knowledge definitely brings value. So we definitely appreciate that, Auntie Pam.
If you have to put me backstage, put me backstage.
You good, man. You sitting up here. Last time you missed out, so we're gonna let you hang around for a minute. So one of my guys, I'm gonna need one of y'all to step off real quick.
I'm gonna step off, but I'm gonna be short though, man. I like the Kirk chain. I'm calling him Kirk Chains. Kirk Chains, you know what I'm saying? You can bring out to Atlanta, man. But man, the dude hungry, man. Even though he had a devastating injury, we got to address his offensive tackle because I don't trust Drew Dahman moving forward and Caleb McGregor because the pass protection been awful. They've been awful last year, and tape shows it. We ain't had no pass protection to protect Tyler Haneke, whoever we had at quarterback. They were just giving up sacks back to back. But we got to address that the offensive tackle. We got to address the centers and the right tackle. Maybe if you cut Caleb McGregor, that's the best thing to do, and you get you a little right tackle, 3rd or 4th round. And moving forward, we need another DB because Jeff Okudah has signed a 1-year deal with Houston, Texas, because he's from Texas.
Okudah's not on the team no more.
He went back home.
He went to Houston.
That's where he's from. He's a Texas kid.
That was a good deal they got him for too.
And their defense, and here's the thing, their defense isn't bad. You got D'Amico Ryans, who D'Amico's been a problem since he was a linebacker at Alabama. And you took the intelligence that he had as a player, and he worked with Andy Reid with Philly. He's worked all around. So you got a guy that's a mastermind as a head coach, and he hit the lottery with Stroud. He hit the lottery with Stroud. And now you get Saquon Barkley coming out there to Texas to go along with Damian Pierce.
No, he with Philly.
I thought
I'm sorry. That wasn't Saquon Barkley. Saquon's in Philly.
Devin Singletary.
That was Devin Singletary that went to Houston. So you have Singletary and you have Damian Pierce in that backfield. That's a problem.
Yeah, them boy, he building the right way down there. He doing it the right. I just want us to get right. That's it. Let's get right.
Man, we done got left so many times. It's time to get right, dog.
But I'm out of here. One thing I'm gonna say, man, we got to get better in the trenches on the defensive side of the ball. Like I'm tired of seeing us. Like I know our defense gave up a lot of, we kept us in games, but our defense we need more like corners dealt outside of AJ Torre and Clark Phillips because we got to get a number 2 cornerback. And we need another safety because I don't trust Richie Grant. We need to go ahead and get that boy Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons, Terry. Stop playing.
We go get the bell ring.
Don't trust Richie Grant. The trash don't
I've already called him. I've been saying this since Richie Grant came.
The trash don't want him.
All right, fellas, y'all hold it down, man. I'm gonna be in the background, listen to y'all. I know you got other people on live, man. So, all right, man, rise up. Winning.
All right, man.
All
right, good to see you.
That's our boy William Avery, aka FMLA, man. You know what time it is. And now entering the stage, We got the retired postal worker, lifelong Atlanta sports fan, and the crooked deacon of the church. Y'all might want to watch your pockets. He like to steal. And he probably got a fifth of shine or some corn liquor sitting right in front of him. We got John, the crooked preacher. All we see is the top of your hat, man. You must be depressed, man. Come on and show us that face.
I like that hat. I like that hat.
Yeah.
Hey,
There you go.
Yeah.
Good evening, people. This right here is the bridge hat. This is the one you get after your championship game that you buy that leads to the Super Bowl winning hat.
Right.
See, this is just a bridge hat. This hat was supposed to have been sold only 2 doggone weeks. And I bought about 40 of them thinking they were going to be souvenirs and keepsake. Well, they helped light my furnace this past week when it got cold.
Wow.
John, stop
it.
We get
I kept this one. But
come on,
ladies and gentlemen, thank you for Ryan. Thank you for allowing me to come on tonight. And this is kind of a momentous occasion because we made a choice. And you know, this is one of the biggest. This is one of the biggest dice rolls in Falcons history, right here, because you got to get this one right. You got to get this one right, or your regime has the life expectancy of a Central American dictator. Not long. Not long.
You better believe it.
Oh man.
Because
that was funny.
No, you gotta get this right.
You definitely got to get this right. You got to get this right, man, because you know the past 3 years we've just been swimming in mud.
Nah,
You know,
John,
we just
longer
been
than
swimming
3
in
years,
mud.
buddy. We've been swimming in mud for 6 years.
Well, yeah. You absolutely.
We've been
right.
swimming so long you lost count.
Yeah, well, thing is that okay? The first 3 years of this, of the 6 years you guys are talking about, you were swimming in one set of mud, then you jumped in some doggone red mud, then and started swimming in that. So I mean, we, you know, boy, the masses have been clamoring for change, positive change. They have been clamoring for playoff because playoff tastes good. Super Bowls taste good, but that taste that has eluded us is ring-bearing Super Bowl winners. And you know, I mean, man, there have been franchises that have experienced Super Bowl glory, Super Bowl wins, and they got used to it. Their teams were not deemed successful unless they had won the Super Bowl. And that's New England right now. See, New England is suffering. New England is hurting because of the fact that they are not perennially mentioned or there anymore. They miss it. I can just imagine what they're going through up there.
No, you can't, ridiculous. John.
How about that FBI?
No, hold up.
They got enough Super Bowls to hold
First off,
on.
they got six. First off, they got 6 rings. Outside of those 6 rings that they have, they dealing with weather that's in the 30s right now. You ain't dealing with that right now, and they still ain't got their stuff together. So y'all hold that thought real quick. I gotta bring in the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the Black Wall Street Journal himself, the prophet we call Scoop. Boy, you blending in with, look, the only thing we see is them damn shades, boy.
Hey, man. Greetings, everyone.
Before you start stepping on everybody's grave and tap dancing on us or whatnot, I'm sorry. You was right.
You were right, sir. We're gonna give you all your flowers. You will give you the flowers, man. What can I say, dog?
Listen, there ain't too many people that get me to say I'm sorry like this on the air. You one
Well,
of
hey,
them,
look,
so you
I'm
better
gonna give it
relish
up.
this,
I'm
dog.
gonna give it up. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You were right.
Hey man, I just look at the tea leaves, man. That's all it is. So look, I'm just getting out of baseball practice with my son. But I just wanted to really just let y'all know, man, it's something to at least get excited about because it's something new. You know, I know that people looking at salaries and everything, but y'all got to be real, man. Like the salary cap go up every year, and there's a reason for it. People want to see football, and
Yep.
Kirk Cousins is an upgrade over the last 3 seasons. And it is what it is. Even with an Achilles injury, he's still gonna go out there. He gonna toss that field. He got a young nucleus around him. We just gotta get excited for him, man, and you know, charge it to the game. Whatever else, I'm just hoping for an edge rusher because I'm excited about the most. Carolina losing all their defensive players right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
that's
just
funny,
franchise
man.
tagged
Brian
Burns.
Burns,
Chris.
giant.
They franchise
So,
tagged
They lost.
Burns today.
so here's
They
the question
traded
I
him.
got for the panel. I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
the
He
Brian
he
Burns
with the
got traded
Giants
too.
now.
He
Yeah,
got
Burns
traded.
with the Giants. They lost
So
their
here's the
linebacker
question I
too.
got for the panel with
Yeah.
this. Now, Chris, now you
Yeah.
came up, and I want you to answer this because you talked about this on X today. Now we were talking about Arik Armstead out of San Francisco. Here's the question:
Right.
would you be opposed to this man coming to Atlanta and you lining him up with Ayameta, Grady, and this defensive line and Taquan Graham? I can't forget about Taquan Graham. Can't forget about him. And you
TQ.
add him into this mix with the Falcons defensive line. They already were stingy. Now, Calais Campbell hit the free agent market as we talked about earlier. But here's the question: you bring him in, do you think that's a valuable piece to replace a Calais Campbell if we don't return Calais on a 1-year deal?
I mean, yeah, he's definitely younger, definitely durable. You can
You
bring him
like
in. I
that?
know his contract negotiations didn't go well with the 49ers, so I definitely wouldn't mind taking that piece. I mean, you see that they was going out getting replacements pretty much for him. I'll take him, and I'll take pretty much Ken Law as well. I'll take both those guys,
Yeah.
but I would also kick the tires on Khalil Mack too, though, y'all. I really would.
Yeah.
I would let I would try. We've been trying to get a Khalil Mack in here for the longest. He's a durable player who the Chargers have to get rid of, and he has a $23 million cap hit. Chargers might have to eat at least 15 of that. So you go ahead and they have to get rid of him and Bosa to make some moves. So possibly can get him for a stellar deal, man. And even if it's a one-off, it's only going to cost you probably a low draft pick, and that's not bad.
Yeah.
You know, because he's in the final year of his contract. I would do that. Let Calais Campbell go ahead and walk, and I have at least a guy that I can at least try out for a year to see if I want to give him something else in the future. But still another locker room guy, still another guy that you can bring in and blend in with a guy like Albert Katie, Zach Harrison. Where the hell is Malone? Because we need to see all these guys.
Where the hell is Malone?
All these guys.
Hey, one thing
He must
about
be hanging
Khalil,
out at
man.
City Grove.
I gotta do this for you, dog, because we did this for a minute, bro. I gotta do this here for everybody that's just coming in, because I've seen it all day. I'm not saying nothing. There's some people that's pissed off about it. Want to thank you before I get to this. I want to thank everybody on Twitter that's come on, better known as X. Want to thank everybody on Facebook, everybody on YouTube. Thank you guys for coming through on such short notice tonight. But I'll say this: for you fans that have said that they're pissed off, a lot of us wanted Fields. Some of us wanted to draft the rookie quarterback, which is still in the cards. You still can draft, but
it was a particular quarterback.
Exactly. Right now, you can draft your rookie quarterback and groom him underneath a veteran, a proven veteran for 2 years. We've been saying this for the longest, but for all you fans that have said, well, I'm going to leave the Falcons, I don't like Kirk Cousins. I pulled out an old shirt out of a BirdCage original. It's called No Sellout Fans.
Sellout?
It's no sellouts, dog. We have no sellout fans in
know that
here.
right.
Don't let the door hit you with a good law split.
Tell 'em,
Not
get out of
Lord. I went Southern with it. Let the law. Don't let the door hit you with a good law split.
Yeah.
I'm saying it. Because here's the thing. If we can survive through, now you guys survived, some of you guys survived a lot longer than me because I'm 37. So I've been a fan since 91. So I went through the Jeff George, Bobby Hebert days.
Joey Harrington.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean,
Larry Ritter.
I'm
DJ
even go back.
Stockley.
I'm gonna go back to another one.
Chris
So after
Chris
Chris
Redman, sorry.
you gotta remember this. You had
Rex
Chris
Grossman.
Chandler, you had Chris Chandler, Chris Redmond, Joey Harrington.
Chandelier
I'm
Chandler.
telling you, if we can
Wow.
survive that and then
You
survive
survive
what we went through
anything.
with Desmond Ritter and
Mhm.
also with Marcus Mariota,
Yeah.
all I'm saying is, dog,
Y'all can
it
get through
can't
this.
get no worse.
Taylor
It
Heineke.
can't.
The
I
they
mean,
put
he was a
Marcus
starter.
I'm just
Mariota on
saying,
it,
dog,
Rex
it can't get no
Grossman.
worse. Because the folks
can't
that
get
was
no
in
worse.
the 80s, after Steve Bartkowski left, we had to deal with Dave Archer's sorry ass who's on the radio. Let's talk about it. Ain't nobody gonna talk about Dave Archer, how bad he was.
Hey, yeah, because Dave was such a
look,
likable guy.
And,
You know,
John, go back
people
to
love
the
Dave.
Heisman
That's
Trophy
why.
winner that we had out of Auburn, Pat Sullivan. Let's go back even further during
Yeah.
your young days when you had a fro.
Right.
That's when John was posted up over there on Auburn Avenue with a Pepsi, with either a Coca-Cola or a peach knee high with some penny cookies from the corner store at his daddy barbershop getting free tickets.
And everything tastes
I
better.
went old school for you, John, big dog.
Hey man, now and see that's something that Mr. Falcons fan whatever way that you want. However, it's about this.
Yep.
Exactly.
That logo.
Logo,
It's
baby.
always about this.
For the logo.
It's always
Yes,
about
sir.
that because the thing is that we have no control as to which way these people are going to draft, who they're going to pick. We can speculate, we can look at, we can guess, we can argue, we can fuss the merits of this person against that person. However, when that man, whoever it is, at whatever position that they pick, goes under center, on the field, on the line, in the trenches, that man is wearing that, and that man represents you.
Yep.
You best to support him. You best to support him because ain't nothing you're gonna be able to do about it once they pick him. Okay, so
just gotta go ahead
my
and ride
thing,
out with them.
Exactly.
yeah, you got to roll. You got to roll with it, and then
Ride or die.
when they mess up or when they do good, you come to places like this and let your feelings be known about the performance that they put out there on the field. Because my everybody that knows me know I have a saying: get it off the paper, put it on the field. All that stuff that you have on paper, all of your awards and accolades or whatever, don't mean a damn thing out there on that field turf, on that grass, on that old fake painted dirt that they used to have down there in the infield of Fulton County Stadium. You know, you talking about grass stains, man. You had mud. Look, man.
John, you went old school right there.
Hey, man, look.
My first Falcon game was '91 when they played the Seahawks. When we beat up on them, Dave Craig was quarterback, and then Prime had a pick in that game and a punt return for a touchdown in that game, and we won.
Man,
definitely.
You used to.
Woo!
Hey. You used to doggone get tackled at the 40 and slide to the 20 with all that mud out there on you. And once you got up, they didn't know what number you had on because it was all red. No matter what color uniform you had on, it was red when you got up.
Billy White Shoes Johnson talked about that when he was on here. Him and Haskell stand back when they came on the show. They both talked about it. They said we enjoy it home, but it was just like, when you got tackled on that baseball clay, it was just bad. He said, especially when it was cold. They said when it rained, it wasn't bad, but they said when it was like that. But here's a question I got for the panel. I'm gonna let Auntie Pam start this one, and then we always do this every day. We like hearing you guys come in here and chop it up. And ladies and gentlemen, we provided links for you guys that's out here. Because like I said, we want you guys to come in and talk to us or whatnot. Because we definitely are rotating or whatnot. Like I said, we're rotating fans tonight, so you guys can come in here, chop it up with us, voice your opinion, because this is what this pop-up show is for tonight. So the question I have for the panel is this. So if we decide to go if we don't draft a quarterback in the first round at 8, if we don't go back, you got edge rushers you can go get. You got corners you can go get. You got a safety you can go get. You got a wide receiver position that you can go get. I'm not going to put anybody in the box with this. Here's the question. Each one of you can talk about a position that you would go get and why you would go get it and talk about how it could help. Me, I'm going to start off. If I'm coming in, I get that we need edge rusher. I get we need this here. I'm going to get me a center or a tackle. I have to, because at this point of the game, we didn't have enough depth on that offensive line. Storm Norton is a guy that we can use in a rotation, but we have to have somebody that's going to be ready to replace Jake Matthews and also replace McGarry eventually when we cut him from his stomach to his appetite. I'm just that way. I'm sorry, his butt to his appetite. I go old school. Yeah. I had to keep it clean, even though I've been cussing though. But I'm just asking. Offensive line is the thing I'm going to go for, because now I got a 36-year-old that's coming back off an Achilles injury, and I need to have pieces in place and have depth in place, because if we get short on this offensive line, we need to have pieces that are going to be able to be interchangeable, where they can actually take snaps and protect this man. Because you got to remember, we're going to be giving up $90 million guaranteed. So with us giving up $90 million guaranteed right off the bat, you're going to have $45 million that you're giving up. I don't want us to be in a situation like what happened with Aaron Rodgers, where he gets hurt on the first few plays of the game, and he's done for the season, and he's pretty much just collecting checks or whatnot, like a FEMA check. I want us to gather linemen to be able to be better in pass protection and also be more aggressive in the run blocking as well. Even though the running hasn't been a problem, we've seen more than enough blocks missed this year. I'm gonna let K. So we're gonna do it like this: K-Dub, Coach, Chris. We're just pretty much gonna go in a row. So K-Dub, what you got?
Well, I mean, I really feel the way that you're feeling about an offensive lineman, but in my assessment at 8, that's why I'm so adamant about trading down. It takes the pressure off the franchise now that they found their quarterback. They trade back, gather more picks, and then you can also do what you said. Then you don't have to feel like you're taking an offensive lineman at 8. Maybe you trade back into the teens. Then you take your offensive lineman, like you're saying. Then you can go get your quarterback. Maybe not the first top tier, the guys that are coming out the top 3 or 4, but you go into that second tier. Maybe a Penix or Bo Nix or I don't know, maybe McCarthy falls that far. I don't know, but you have options, and you also gather more picks to build around this team that we're trying to get back to the playoffs and back to a Super Bowl. That's just my opinion on it.
Coach Cam.
So for me, it's someone that I talked to y'all about last night. It's a lineman. I can't pronounce his name. But he plays every position along the offensive line, so he's someone that you can plug and play. But if we're not going to go there, there's a defensive end that me and Scoop are both high on, out of UCLA. That's someone that I would absolutely take at number 8.
Latte.
I can't. His name is on the tip of my tongue. I can't say it right now.
Latte.
Latte. Auntie just told you.
Thank you. So with him at 8. He would be probably the most, in my opinion, he would be the most available player that's ready to play at that position to come in. I'm not a fan of Dallas Turner. I'm just not. Sorry, I'm not a fan.
What about Jared Verse?
I like Jared Verse, but I don't think he's better than the guy from UCLA. He's the better player in my opinion, based on how he gets to the quarterback, because he generates multiple moves to get there. So it's not, you can't defend him one way, and he demands a double team because he's so strong and he's so fast. So that would be someone that I would definitely consider taking at 8.
He just better not be another Takk McKinley, because the last time we had somebody
I did this for my.
He's different from
Coach Cam. I've been on the last 2
his senior year though. That's one thing I will give him. For a guy that was playing in the trenches, he did play with a dislocated shoulder and some messed up ligaments. That was what some tendons in his shoulder. That was the reason why he didn't come on as quick in Atlanta, because he played with a bum shoulder. But again, I'm just making a joke or whatever, because again, we love drafting them dudes out of the West or whatnot, but for some reason we're allergic to what's in our backyard. Chris, what you got?
Killer.
You on mute, big dog.
You on
You
mute,
must be
big dog.
muted.
Let me see. Chris is muted. I got you, Chris. Let me see. Hold up. Oh no, you muted. Try to come back in real quick, bro. Try it now. Yep, perfect.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, just to add to a point real quick about Latu, he's familiar also with our defensive coordinator, Jimmy Lake. So that's another thing too that may swing it. It may swing it that way. It may. But for me, you say okay, make sure no trading. You said no trading up or trading down or anything like that. No getting rid of the pick.
Nah, if you gotta get the 8th pick, who are you? What position are you gonna take, and what's your reasoning for taking it?
Oh, wide receiver. I'm definitely going to go get one of these wide receivers. I'm going to go get Neighbors, or I'm going to go get a Doomsday. And that's
Doozy,
yeah, Doozy. Either way it go, that's going to be it for me.
He nasty.
I mean, now don't get me wrong. It's a deep wide receiver.
That's what I was gonna say.
Deep. But I'm just sorry.
Statement when you say
like
deep,
polished, it's polished.
It is very deep, y'all.
It's very deep. It's very deep.
I understand that, but I'm just saying it's only one Malik Labors. There's only one Aroma Doomsday. I watched that combine myself, and outside of guys like I say Lad McConkey and others, and a few others, man, so I have to go back and look at my notes, but a few others outside of the top 3 guys, it's a drop off for real. It really is. As far as polished route running, as far as catching the ball with your hands and not with your chest, it's little things that goes into that receiver role. So as far as, like I say, a polished receiver, it's those top 3 guys. And then after that, it's kind of like in between some polish and some route running. The route tree may not be all the way there for some of those guys that's in the top round. So it is a drop off. But my thing is, this draft is so deep. I can go get me maybe 1 or 2 receivers in this draft. But again, you said not tossing back.
That's what I want. That's why I keep feeling we going back. We got to go back.
Now, if you did, now here's the scary part.
You gotta go look young.
At this point, I'm trading back, but since we talking about not trading back, the position that I like is wide receiver. I like those wide receivers.
I like the receiver. I like that.
So here's the question I got for you. Now, it's a receiver me and you talked about last time you was on here. Now, everybody knows him at Georgia because he helped us get 2, for dog fans in here, helped us get 2 national championships, and he left to go to Texas and he showed his ass there. AD Mitchell. To me, I feel like that's one of the most slept on receivers in the draft, and I'm just gonna be real. I like Laddie, but AD was clutch.
Laddie was clutch.
Not like AD. AD had big every time in big moments. AD showed up. It didn't even matter if the ball was there. He was going to get it. Ladd was definitely nice with it all year. But
I return punts, and I can return punts.
Think about it. When you had the game on the line, think about it. When you had the game on the line, who was touching the ball at the big time moments every time?
Yeah. AD got some proof.
He got some dog in it when he don't care. He got ice water in his veins. So that's the reason I'm saying.
All he gotta do is clean up a few inconsistencies, man. As far as his hands, he'll be good. Yeah, but the thing about it is everybody got something they got to work on.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's nothing to it, but those top 3 guys, man, is far for me. If any one of those guys are available, I wouldn't mind taking those guys. I also am very, very open to taking a Joe Ott or my man from Penn State. I'll take and then the other guy too. It's another guy. I forgot his name, but he did very well. Fuku.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
very nice.
Yeah, he's a dog and everything. But yeah, so I wouldn't mind taking any of those guys, but because it's going to have to be a receiver because we need one. So and then those top 3 guys can be coming in and give Jamar Chase type production. When I'm talking about Marvin and Neighbors and Doomsday, those guys are top guys that can come in and produce right away. But you also have this 36-year-old quarterback who's coming off this Achilles injury. that you need to protect. So if you can go either way, receiver, because you need that weapon, or you can go offensive tackle, because you definitely need somebody to protect his blind side, as Jake needs to possibly move to the right side, as that won't be as bad for him, coming off of have to protect Kirk's blind side. I wouldn't mind going offensive tackle, man. I wouldn't mind at all, because I know it's a need now. I really want to trade back though. That's what I really want.
No, I already know, because if you trade back, we'll be sitting here. Look, if you trade back, I know we'll be here for 2 hours. Look, we'll be here for 2.5 hours talking about all the possibilities, because all of us on this panel already have done some great scouting work when it comes to that. That's one thing I love about you guys that come in here. And it's just there.
Go get more picks and surround this team,
because it's a deep draft. Deep draft.
Money on more people like that. You're not going to be. We don't have the cap. We're not going to have the cap to bring in 2-3 more superstar, show-stopping type players. It's just not going to happen. So you need to go in the draft. And I ain't gonna lie to you. We're talking about quarterbacks. I still say you can go get you a quarterback in this draft, and this can be a guy out of the ACC who's recovering off of an injury that me and my man's got there. Ryan, I think Ryan.
Jordan Travis.
I said Jordan Travis would fill the room. But who did I say was the? I said I would get Jordan Travis on the cheap later, because their injury is going to push him back.
And but he's going to be there later.
Give me Michael Pratt out at Tulane University.
Tulane, yes, sir.
And it's Terry Fontenot's alma mater.
That's who I think they're gonna get.
I'm telling you, quietly, that's gonna be the dude that they might grab if they don't get JJ McCarthy. That's gonna if he is there, that's who you go get, because it's a killer instinct that dude has, and he a gamer.
He'll trade up and get that,
and I hate it. I don't think he's going to be there, and that's why I didn't mention him. But I'm glad you did bring his name up anyway.
I think he's going to be there.
He impressed. And Leary out of Kentucky impressed me too.
Leary is an underwear model, man. Stop it. Devin Leary is trash.
Hey, I'm talking about
the only thing he good. The only thing he good. Listen, Devin Leary has good hair. Listen, he is going to be. Anybody can look good in shorts and t-shirt. Look at his film. Devin Leary,
underwear model. I guess he was in his own
man. Please, Devin. Let me tell you, Devin Leary's stomach is so weak or whatever, man. It's weird. You can sneeze next to that dude and he'll catch diarrhea. He's not good with pressure.
Lord,
just keeping it real.
I mean, for me, I just
you skip somebody.
Who?
You skip Emmanuel.
Oh, my bad, man.
Yeah, because you come after Emmanuel, because I had to take him off the screen, so you're after Emmanuel.
Oh, my bad.
You're good.
Yeah, you good. Go ahead, Emmanuel.
And just to put y'all on, Jacoby Brissett just got picked up, signed a 1-year deal for $8 million. I didn't catch who it was with, but anyway, and this is that area where I'm glad I can't be a general manager, and a lot of us probably can't. But going with that first pick at number 8.
The Patriots. Sorry about that.
Patriots. With the Patriots, okay.
So he went home, huh?
He gonna keep going back to the Patriots.
Yeah. But at that first pick, I'm gonna go untraditional. Well, a lot of people don't like it. I like Brock Bowers. The only reason I say
yes.
The only reason I say I can say there's a couple of reasons why I went with him. He's a hell of a blocker. He hasn't had a blocker like that probably since
nobody.
Yeah, I mean, he could block, but he couldn't. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why I went with the second guy. I can't get a Brock Bowers. Joe Alt will be my next choice. Brock Bowers is that player we can put on either side over there, left or right, and he's gonna do the same job. Joe Alt, same way. He can play both left and right tackle. We talk about protection. Brock Bowers can block. Joe Alt can block. Both of them bona fide blockers. And both of these have the same mentality that we haven't had in Atlanta in a long time, and that's knock your stuff in the dirt type players. These are guys that'll go out there. If you put them out there running on a sweep or running off tackle, he's a player. If he comes up, he's gonna have to come up showing. He can't just come up to half step. Otherwise, he's gonna get knocked out. You know.
But my question is, how do you feel about the signing of the tight end that we signed today? Charlie Warner from the 49ers.
But
But you know, he's a blocking tight end.
Tight
Pretty much.
end.
exactly. Now we need two tight ends. Now you got to remember,
Jonathan Smith got out of here.
come from a 3 tight end set.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we still got John Fitzpatrick, who's also another
Yeah, that's who
Yeah.
I was talking about.
That's
Yep.
That means
yeah.
somebody has to move.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up real quick. So
I
that
don't put it
that one
past-
Falcons fan, I just posted the link on my guy Chris's page or whatnot, because I literally just figured it out. I'm like, wait a minute, I posted the link or whatnot, but then I had to remember Chris is also holding it on his platform, so we definitely appreciate it. So I posted the link on your platform, Chris, so
All right.
people from your side of the house can come in and chop it up with us too.
Oh no, hey man, come on up if you're in there.
Nah, we gotta
shy.
share the spotlight, baby.
We ain't shy. Come on up.
Only thing we ask you to do as a house rule, you gotta put your camera on so we can all see your face. It's just a house rule. We just do that here.
Hey,
Always
this is
want
why,
want to be able to give credit to where credit is deserved on that one. So
And not no extreme expletives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we don't mind you dropping a
It's a
few
family
words.
show.
Just don't come
It's
in here
a
every
family
other 2
show.
seconds cussing. I don't
And
care.
more than anything, I'm pretty sure, be respectful. You know.
Yes, be respectful. There you go. Be respectful. Articulate your words correctly.
Hey,
Listen,
just
we
to
all
end my
pulling for the
thought,
same squad, so we family. Whether y'all like it or not, we family. Just extended family, but family.
extended. Hey,
So that one
hey,
Falcons fan, I just posted that link, man. So go ahead and do that for us. So you guys go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button for us as well, too, man.
Hit that like
Definitely
button, hit that like.
Emmanuel, I got a question for you. Since you brought it up,
come on.
If this was to happen hypothetically, do you believe Kyle Pitts and Brock Bowers would be able to coexist on the football field at the same time, knowing how both of them play?
That was going to end my thought. Good question, great question. But this was going to end my thought. I'm not opposed to having Kyle Pitts move to the slot, and I'm gonna tell you why. When he got that 1,000 yards, guess where Kyle Pitts was lining up at? Guess where he was? He was in the receiver slot. He was not lined up as a tight end. Was not playing tight end. Yes, he did gain yards, but most of those 1,000 yards came at the tight end slot. I mean, at the wide receiver slot. I mean,
he'll kill there.
Exactly.
Especially
And
Kirk
you
Cousins
look at
throwing the rock. He's gonna kill.
Now you got a quarterback that can get it to you.
And that's why I say I'm more on board with Kirk Cousins being that quarterback, because you can move Kyle Pitts to that slot and he'd be very productive for us. We're not going to rely on him to make a block, because I don't think he's still. He's not
blocking.
He cannot block at all.
Take that out.
He's getting better, but he ain't no block.
And that's why they went and got John Fitz. That's why they have John Fitzpatrick as the new guy that we just brought, the other dog from San Francisco, because now you have your in blocking tight ends. You can actually move Kyle Pitts into the slot role, or even to that number 2. And bring in the slot. So we have the pieces now to run that kind of offense, because we all know that Zach Robinson loves to run 13-man offense, and he loves to run the pistol. So when you have a Kyle Pitts out there, you can put him in the slot with a Drake London and have your 2 blocking tight ends. So it's going to be a great kind of meshing point, but we have to see how they're going to utilize those guys. Because we all know in the past, you had the personnel, but it was never utilized in the correct way. The one thing that I believe all of us have once said at one time or another is that we need to run more pistol offense, because it forces defenses to play defense in a different kind of way. Especially when you have a Tyler Algier on the field, you have a Bijan on the field, you got Drake on one side, you got Kyle Pitts on the other. And when we had Jonnu, who literally lived in the middle of the field all season,
that's Kyle.
It forces defenses to have to play a certain way. And because we did not utilize those guys in a proper way, if we can get Zach Robinson to bring out what he did with Matt Stafford and those guys, it's appealing to a lot of us, because, like I said before, Kirk Cousins fits the system very well. The one thing that scares me personally is that Achilles injury because he's 35 years old. We don't know how his body is going to allow him to play, especially if we're not fixing that right side of the ball because of McGarry. I mean, I'm McGarry and Dalman, because that's going to be the biggest issue moving into the season, because those guys, they give up the draws more than any other person along that offensive line. That has to be addressed first and foremost. But
They'll give up more draws, bro. But hold up, because we don't want to go into it because we're gonna get too deep, bro. I gotta go ahead and let Graybeard, and then I gotta let Big John go, man. So what you got, Graybeard?
No, I was just gonna say, in this draft, we got to have at least 3 or 4 starters. At least 3 or 4 starters. They got to draft 3 or 4 starters. Now, you looking at the wide receivers. Like my man said, it's deep.
That's the question.
It's deep is an understatement, man. You can go in any direction and find you a quality wide receiver. So I don't see us drafting a wide receiver at 8. I see us either getting a defensive player or offensive line player, or hell, even trading back down. Because like I said, Minnesota is going to be looking for a quarterback. You think they're going to be giving up? You think they're going to give up a quarterback?
Hey, I'm glad you. I'm
Sam
sorry.
Darnold is there. Sam Darnold is in
Graybeard,
Minnesota
I'm
now.
so sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm so glad that you said that about them needing a quarterback, because it leads to a point that I was going to wait for everybody to go, but since you just brought it up, you guys, it's a wide receiver that's in Minnesota that wants to play with Kirk Cousins.
Too rich.
Yep.
He's too rich.
Where's
hold
number 17, right?
Hold on. Wait. He wants to play with Kirk Cousins, right? He's in the final year of his contract. He is a free agent at the end of the next season. It will cost $19 million this year to get him. That's a steal.
That's steal.
Yeah, but here's my question.
Would you trade that 8th overall pick to Minnesota?
I mean, here's the thing. It's nice that he's there and he definitely has a great rapport with him. But at this juncture, no.
We need pieces.
No, I'm not trading him.
We need
And you
pieces.
can think about
We
it.
need more
You
pieces
just said
than a wide
this.
receiver.
Let's just be honest. I'm taking JJ over anybody over any receiver in this draft.
Yeah, for sure.
I know. I get where you're coming from with that. I'm not even mad at you.
Yeah, I'll take him out. Yeah, I'll take him over everybody in this draft. I got you. Oh no. Even though I like this draft.
That's JJ.
He proved he gonna prove come out in the league.
Hey, if that was to happen, that'll put Drake at number 2.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
they will make him a 2.
And that's gonna open Drake's game up. Man, Drake gonna be a Pro Bowler if JJ comes.
Exactly.
Pro Bowler.
That's an understatement when you say
that's why I make a lot of sense. I mean, when you kind of think about it a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's gonna want.
I understand, though. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily want to give up my 8th overall pick for that. But I'm just saying, like, I can, like, it's like I would have to shrug it off, but I could live with it.
They're gonna want more. They're gonna want
for the
more
caliber. It's just like a weapon, for the caliber.
Here's a thought too. T. Higgins has already put it. He has said today that he wants to be done with.
And I don't blame him.
But think about it.
Talk in a year.
But hold up. Let's go ahead and get this thing on track, because we got to let John jump on this here. Because see, I love letting everybody get on here, but I got to let Big John jump on it. But before we let John jump on it, I got to let everybody know this here. That organization has always been notoriously cheap. Paul Brown's son, Paul Brown Jr., is just like his tightwad, God rest his soul, his tightwad ass daddy.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, this man right here, his dad, Paul Brown Sr., destroyed the Cleveland Browns foundation. Literally, he destroyed that team because he pissed off a Hall of Famer in Jim Brown, who was your guy. You trade away Bobby Mitchell, who was a Hall of Famer, and that family has a history of doing that. How the hell do you get rid of Bill Walsh and you promote his best friend? I'm just saying. How the hell do you get rid of Bill Walsh? Bill Walsh figured this out a long time ago, dog. Just think about it. You had Greg Cook, who literally was a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback. He tears his shoulder up back in the day. One of the best quarterbacks that did not even make it. And he had great stats, rookie of the year and all that, until he messed up his shoulder playing the Chiefs. He was smart enough, and this is why it's not a West Coast offense. The offense we're running right now is Bill Walsh's offense. That is a Midwest offense. That offense was run in Cincinnati when they had Virgil Carter, who did not have the arm strength, but was a smart quarterback, where routes were timing routes, what we're getting ready to do this year. This is how this ties in. This Bill Walsh system ties into what we're doing right now, period. And you're getting ready to have timing routes with athletes. You have to get athletes to be able to run this offensively because they had athletes in Cincinnati. And there was a guy, Hall of Famer, you know, I can't stand Grambling for shit. I hate Grambling State University. Love my HBCUs, but it's Southern University till I die. But I'll call it for what it is. You had the legendary Grambling wide receiver Charlie Joyner in his early stages and in that offense when it first started. And Charlie was inconsistent. And then he gets to Air Coryell with Joe Gibbs. Good God. There you go. But Johnny, I got to let the cricket preacher speak because he's been sitting back. He done had him a couple of sips of that corn liquor, and he's passing around the collection plate. The deacon is ready to have the church announcements. What you got, John?
Well, gentlemen, you know, all of the people that you guys were, you know, touting as being players that could come in and help us is good. Now, my problem is on the lines of scrimmage, in the middle, on both sides.
Trenches.
Because I'm glad Desmond Ritter already had kids because Drew Dahlman was going to doggone castrate it.
Oh my God.
Because some of those snaps coming from Drew Dahlman, you didn't know which way. You weren't trying to field them, you were trying to avoid them. You know, and it was partly out of fear, really, because he was trying to snap the ball and get into position because he knew he was at a disadvantage. He knew he was at a disadvantage, as well as on, you know, I did say the middle, but Jake Matthews on that side, Caleb McGarry on that side, both of them, man, I mean, you know, well, especially I'll just say McGarry because Jake Matthews is serviceable, but, you know, it's time to replace that tie. But Caleb McGarry is like a gangster about to get thrown off a pier with concrete shoes on his feet because he can't move. The man can't move. Pass blocking, the man can't move. And, you know, and kudos to him for buckling himself up like Bane from Batman. You know, he looks a lot better than he did prior. But the middle has to be addressed because that A-gap blitz was eating that man up this year. That A-gap blitz was killing him. Now, since we are going to run a 3-4, this is what everybody's saying. You need to run a 3-4. You need you don't need no pickup trucks.
You need a dump truck.
You don't need no pickup trucks. You don't need no minivans. You need tractor trailers, dump trucks, and dressers up front. You need diesel burning vehicles. Yeah.
Hey John, what you say? Hey John, what you say? What you say? You need somebody that can't see their feet.
That's right.
365
you know,
sitting right there in the middle.
Sound like a guy named Javondre Sweat.
Yeah. That's what it sounds like to me.
Brandon Fish, will Brandon Fish be on your list?
Yes.
The Florida guy?
Well,
is on the list.
Well, you know, I don't track individual players, and that's my fault. You know, you guys are more expert at that, but I've always had two requirements. I've always had two requirements. Number one, either their name ends in a vowel or they come from the SEC.
Hey, and where's a single digit number?
And I got to have, because see, the Ring of Fire, Fiji, Tonga, Hawaii, Indonesia, all those places out there. That's where the volcanic soil gets in all those vegetables and make them thick ankles. I mean, look, I got to have thick ankles on that doggone nose tackle.
John, just call it what it is, dog.
2 hands.
John, you say you want them. John, you say you want them dudes with them pregnant ankles. That's what you
He
want.
wants a straight feeder.
Dog. Every time they go to the doctor, every time they go to the doctor telling him, son, you got a lot of water around you.
And speaking of water,
that's I want water around the joints. I mean, because see, I look at Tampa Bay's nose tackle. Man, look. I mean, and they know the job. They know what the job is. They know they're gonna carry at least 3 people back with them. Okay, they already know that. They already know that. Okay, so that's. I mean, you remember Albert Hainsworth? That was they were gonna switch him from a 4-3 to a 3-4, and he didn't want to go because he knew what the job was gonna be.
Right.
See, when you that nose tackle
down 3 guys.
Yes, sir. That's the job. That's the job. You fight them so everybody else can eat. You fight them so everybody else can eat. That's your job. And see, if you're gonna run a 3-4
too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Vince
And see,
Wilfork did it, but hold up, Auntie. You were
Kai.
mentioning something because I wasn't trying to be rude or whatnot. I'm sorry, John. Auntie, you were talking about linemen. Who do you have? I want Auntie to answer this one. Who do you have? Now, we said at the number 8 spot, because we weren't talking about trading back. We saving that for another show. But for right now, if you could take somebody at 8, a position, what would you take?
I'll take the corner. I'll go with the Mitchell guy.
Oh, yes.
For Toledo.
Quinyon Mitchell.
I would go with him.
Mitchell.
Toledo stand up.
Okay. He did have a great comeback.
So, Auntie, what you think? So, what do you think about the kid out of Missouri, my guy Ennis or whatnot? What do you think about him, and what do you think about TJ Tampa out of Iowa State? Those are my 2 top corners, and I can't forget about Tennessee's
Kamari Lassiter. Kamari Lassiter.
I was gonna say, well, we talked about Lassiter. I had to bring up Kamal Hatton for Brant or whatnot. You know, I had to throw that in there, show his volunteers a little love tonight. But what you think, Auntie?
I don't know much about them as far, but I mean, but the Mitchell guy, I've been on him since the the Senior Bowl and Combine. But like I said, I hadn't really done research on the other corners. But I think they're gonna go corner at number 8.
Hey, Scoop, you ain't the only one. We all love Auntie Pam. We all love Auntie Pam.
And I got a wide receiver that is a diamond in the rough.
Go
get pick in the later round. Malachi Corley.
Yes, ma'am.
West Kentucky. Yes, ma'am. Bad boy.
That's a Debo Samuel 2.0.
Okay.
Him and Xavier Legger to cut from the same cloth.
That's my South Carolina guy.
Yeah.
Leggett impressed a lot. Honestly, Leggett, he may be a top, second round. I think he pushed his way up to that.
Yeah. That's why I said trade back and get some bids. And trade up to get whatever you need to get.
Yeah.
Okay, Auntie.
Yeah, I really like that.
I do trade back and trade back up.
I like Max.
She said trade
out of
up.
Rutgers.
Trade
the kid out of Rutgers is nice.
Trade back, then trade up. Yeah, trade back and then trade up.
A proper introduction. We got my guy Larry Dixon, aka host of the Dixon Way. You know what it is, man.
Hey.
One of the best commentators.
Larry.
We got one of the best commentators in the game. I like his show. Y'all need to like it too.
Yeah.
Check it out. Slide in there. He does football games, basketball games, baseball games. Hell, he even calls bar mitzvah parties. Tell me. He talking about how the rice get thrown to the ceiling, dog.
I think he's doing the Olympics sometime soon too.
Hey, speaking of that, we got some Olympians that might be coming in here too.
NCAA basketball though. We will be coming in.
Yeah, look at that.
Hey, Larry. So before we let you jump on it, I'm gonna let you know this here because we love for you to come in here. We got some former Olympic champs that won gold medals from Dr. Melvin Pender and some of his buddies, and we got Coach George Williams, legendary HBCU coach and Olympic coach that's going to be coming in here for the Olympics. Definitely would love to have you call in one of these races and get in here and talk to these old timers, because I got to meet some of them at CIAA tournament this last weekend.
Okay.
When I tell you, they might be old and they might be past their prime, but that trash talk's still the same.
Oh, I imagine.
Man, Larry.
Oh, it didn't ever
The
go
best
away.
with it.
It never
It'll
go
never
away.
Yeah.
But Larry, what you got for us, man?
At the initial shock of it, I'm looking at
The
Kirk
initial
as-
shot. There you go.
Yeah, there you
yeah,
go.
initial shock. You know what I'm saying? You see the money, you see the. I think the years is what really got me more than anything. That doesn't seem like a bridge quarterback. And I think that's how the Falcons got him. I think the Falcons would. I think Terry Fontenot was in a situation that he couldn't afford to have egg on his face like he did with Deshaun Watson. He had to get the deal done. Arthur Blank made the basically said, "Get the deal done."
Get the deal done.
Do I feel like we're a contender for a championship? Well, at least for the division, I think we win the division. I think we have the best quarterback in the division. When we make the playoffs, anything can happen. But do I feel like we're a lock playoff contender for Super Bowl? No, not yet. Unless we get more moves. This draft is so this draft is so critical to the Atlanta Falcons because we're gonna have to move around a lot of money to make Kirk fit. Now we know that we're officially before the deal we was at 37.2 on the salary cap. And we don't know how they're gonna structure it. But I'll say it like this: people say we can kick it down the road and just give him $30 million for the first 2 years. Okay, 30 million for the first 2 years means we're paying him 75 on the back end of that. So we have to understand that the way we have to do this is responsibly. Brady Jarrett might be a casualty. AJ Terrell might be a casualty. We don't know. We don't know how things are gonna go. But
everybody's a casualty.
Jake Matthews might be a casualty.
He should have been a
here's the
casualty a
thing.
long time ago.
We can't really get rid of Jake unless we spend that pick on Joe Alt.
That's what I'm saying. Yep.
Indeed.
Well, if it's not Joe Alt, you can still go get a Marius Mims. We all talked about this.
Yes, true. Yes.
Get the guy
get a
from
Marius
Missouri.
Mims.
It's a guy from Missouri. You can get him.
Yeah,
Javon
300 pounds.
Yeah, so I mean, I
Yeah.
see a lot of people saying neighbors if he fall because we got Kurt, so let's bolster the offense. I understand that. I'm of the understanding that I feel like we got to fill holes. I think trading back to Minnesota, say, hey, you guys might covet JJ McCarthy since you ain't got a quarterback. Don't seem like they want Justin Fields. So if they're gonna start over, then they may want McCarthy. And if we can get at least two teams trying to jump up to us to get that pick, maybe we move back. What are they like 12th, right?
They're 12.
Yeah. So they're 12, and maybe Q is there. That cornerback out of Toledo. Maybe
That's
he's
what I
there.
was talking about.
And I'll give him number 21. That dude's a dog. So
he is. He
is.
I feel
it's
really
between
good
him and
about
TJ Tampa that fit the system that we run.
I would definitely get him the number and be proud of it. So, but again, and if we can get like a first and a second, now we cooking. You know what I'm saying? For them to move up 4 spots when they need a quarterback. All we need is another partner, you know, to raise that bidding price up. You know what I'm saying? It can escalate quick, especially if it goes according to schedule that the top 3 are going to be quarterbacks. Okay. JJ impressed at the combine, moved his status up over Bo Nix. Penix did well, but the injury history, people just aren't going to look past that. They don't, unfortunately, they're not. So the Falcons could really, you know, make it out. Now, I know we heard about what's the guy, Fleck, defensive lineman out of middle.
Brandon Fish.
Fish. If that could be an option if we get rid of Grady in the second round, you know. So there's a lot of options that the Falcons can maneuver in to make this team better through the draft. But this is the most important draft in Terry Fontenot's career. He made the quarterback hire that he needed to do to get Arthur Blank off his back. Now he has to build this team up, and he has to hit.
I got one.
I mean,
for you,
it's
Larry.
unfair, but he has to hit at least 4 out of the 7 picks that he has. He has to.
Larry, I got something for you because we talked about trading back, right? I mean, not trading back. You talked about building up depth, and there's so many guys that you can get. And I talked about this, and I got some offensive linemen for you, and I'm going to always keep putting them out there. And that's these boys you can get for a little cheap that's coming out of these HBCUs. I've already talked about Tariq Stewart out of North Carolina A&T, 6'5", 310 pounds. Road grader, balled out in the HBCU Legacy Bowl, and came out of West Virginia first. He started off at West Virginia and ended up going and transferring into North Carolina A&T and becoming one of the baddest offensive tackles. And that's a guy that you can get for little to nothing, but he could actually replace Matthews, or even better, you can still go with the guy by the name of Evan Gregory out of Norfolk State, 6'4", 305 pounds. And he's got those pregnant ankles like John talks about, and he's got a hell of a first punch when he comes off the snap of the football.
It's violent.
Okay. And the thing was, I showed my guys some of his footage behind closed doors. Like I said, what I'm gonna start doing coming up to the draft. This is just a pop-up show. I'm gonna have certain players that I'm gonna show, like I was showing footage during Black History Month on the show of former players. I'm gonna show some footage of some of these guys or whatnot, so you can actually see what we're talking about. Because when you talk about that first punch, Dwight Stevenson, the Hall of Fame center that came onto our show, he said that was one of the things that has been missing when it comes to the game of football, and especially in the trenches. And he said one of the guys that he looked up to and he learned from was Jeff Van Note, because the Dolphins and the Falcons used to scrimmage back in the day. He said we scrimmaged during the week and then scrimmage on a Saturday night. And he said the thing he took was the durability. Now, unfortunately, Dwight had his career ended off of a cheap shot from a knee injury. He never made no bones about it. But think about this. Dan Marino went 6 years without barely being touched. And that's including his Super Bowl year. And that's including, everything else until 1987 when he got hurt. Dwight Stevenson played in 2 Super Bowls and was one of the best offensive linemen. And he spoke on this. He said the thing that he dislikes is how these young players are coached to not attack. He said, if you're an offensive lineman, your job is to attack that second level after you get off that first level. And the thing is, it's about the control, the power, and the balance that you have after you make contact with the man. The question is, when are we going to start seeing some of these younger guys? The only thing that I would say is closest to old school linemen, when you talk about your John Hannahs, your Jeff Van Notes, your Bill Fralics, and these guys that we're talking about that are legendary, I got to give it to Jason Kelsey, who just retired from the Eagles. He was an old school throwback lineman. He would attack you. He had a defensive a defensive mentality for an offensive lineman. And it's not many people that have it.
I got one more for you. Deion Dawkins from Buffalo.
Yep.
He gonna hit you in the mouth, but he gonna be looking for the next person hit in the mouth.
Yep. They had to resign him.
Matt is another one. He plays with a broken leg in the Super Bowl. Alex Mack.
Alex Mack is one of the most intelligent linemen we've ever had. Next to Jeff Van Note, he's the most intelligent lineman that we've ever had. And it's crazy that a lot of people forget about these centers. That's what I tell people. We forget about the most important position. Here's another name that doesn't get talked about. Go get Cedric Von Prime Granger out of Georgia at center. If you're going to draft a center and you're going to draft high, he is a guy that you would go get. He's intelligent, violent at the point of attack, and literally is tough. Played through injuries and everything else. You talk about durability. This is a guy that does not miss.
Is this regime going to break the mold and go get one of our backyard guys?
They hadn't drafted him, but we already got Charlie Warner today. That was already a start. And Charlie Warner's not a scrub.
I like that trend. I do. But we're talking about out of the draft, like, a top guy out of the draft. Not a John Fitzpatrick. We've done that a couple of times in the back end.
The last one we drafted that was.
I ain't talking Justin Schaefer.
No. Talking about Akeem Dent, because he was in the top 5. Douglas High School zone.
Yes.
Shout out to Doug. Shout out to Doug High, man. Shout out to y'all Astros
D
over
Block, the original member of D Block.
there. Yeah. Gotta show some love to my sister's high school.
Okay.
And if we're still looking at a veteran center, Mitchell Morse is still out there. Buffalo has not re-signed him. So if you're looking at someone,
I think they're gonna do the free agent at center.
Yeah, if you're gonna get somebody for the cheap, go get Mitchell Morse. Because I mean, in the last couple of years, he's only given up a handful of sacks from the center position, and he doesn't turn the ball over again. He's very accurate with his snaps. So if you're looking at someone with those pregnant ankles like John is looking, John looks for, that would be the guy that you slide in there.
But I don't think center was a problem. If you go on PFF, I think Dalman was rated a top
number 3
center.
But he tried.
Yeah, like
they everywhere but to the quarterback. They everywhere but to the quarterback. Dalman does not know how to snap.
He don't know how to snap.
Dalman is a guard. I've said this from the day he was drafted.
I would get rid of. I'll find a replacement for McGarry.
Oh yeah.
I know it's not his blind.
He gotta go.
That dude is
he gotta go.
At least let Storm Norton play it out.
I believe this is his last year as a Falcon, regardless.
Yeah.
Well, now one thing I wanted to say. Now, okay, these people that grade like Pro Football Focus and various other places that grade performances of linemen, things of that sort. See, I don't know what their criteria is. I really don't, because my eye test tells me that, okay, yeah, you graded him an 87, but compared to what? A turnstile at the movies? Okay, I mean, what were you looking at to give that person an 87 over somebody else? Because, and this is something that I've noticed too, there was an SEC bias by Pro Football Focus, because a lot of those people were from up in the Northeast. They can't stand the SEC. They cannot stand the SEC. But this is the crazy part about it. Bill Belichick came down here, grabbed an offensive lineman and Sony Michel, and won the Super Bowl that year. And all Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Washington, New York, San Francisco, they come to Georgia. They come to the SEC, grab everything good we got. But here the Falcons, we'll go to Alaska and try to find a polar bear and grab him and bring him down here.
Gotta groom those bears, man.
And see, I mean, we got a big lot. Excuse me, we got a Walmart right around the corner, but we'll leave the state to go shop at Big Lots. It was the stupidest thing that, you know. I just couldn't get over it. I just couldn't get over it because it was just dumb.
We all say that.
I mean, it was just dumb.
We all say that. So, and here's my thing.
Maybe it's different. They'll probably draft somebody in neighborhood, maybe.
Well, I got somebody for you. Now, a lot of people don't talk about him, and he's an underrated guy. Quiet, 6'1", 310 pounds. His name is Sincere Hainsworth out of Tulane University. 6'1", 310 pounds. He's great in the run game. He shows a great burst off the offensive line, and he definitely has the ability to win at the point of attack. And
what's his name, Ryan?
Very solid. His name is Sincere Hainsworth.
See, I want him because I know he had to fight with a first name like that.
Yeah,
he had to fight
like
through
Sincere,
school with a first name like that.
And here's the thing: this is the main thing about an offensive lineman, like Dwight Stevenson said. Can they be fundamentally sound? He's fundamentally sound. He understands blocking angles. This is what Dwight Stevenson talked about when he was on the show. Blocking angles, using his body positioning to his advantage. He's disciplined, has great awareness, and he's highly intelligent. Now, the other thing is he can add bulk and try to trim up a little bit just to help him be quick off the point of attack. And the one thing that people don't realize, and this is his strong suit, He thrives on physicality, often literally grappling out of guys bigger than him. He likes being in a phone booth.
Mhm. Hey man.
So for
I'll
me,
take it.
I'm just saying, for me,
Only
this is a guy that I would also bring in. And I've been telling people, like, if you don't get him, you got to go get Cooper Mays next year out of Tennessee.
Yeah.
You got to go get one of these guys. You have to have a center.
Yeah.
Point
Oh,
blank,
yeah.
period.
Yeah. And another thing about Zach Robinson too, he likes to pull a guard. He loves to pull a guard when you run off that off tackle in between tackle and guard. He always bring a guard, whether it be that guard right next to him or the other side. Either way it go, he likes to pull in that guard. So when you're looking at a lineman, you also got to consider he may be physical, but is he fast with his feet? Can he move his feet?
Exactly.
So here's a question I got for y'all, because we're gonna wrap this up because we've been on for about an hour and a half, and everybody got to get used to this new sleep schedule. I know how many people was hung over today. I know I was one of them. I was slobbing out the mouth this morning. But getting back to it though, I think in this position, and like I said, we're gonna probably talk about the trade back Thursday or whatnot. Like my man Chris was saying, we'll talk about a little bit of the trade back. But when it comes to right now, we're gonna talk about that 8th spot. Like we said, this was just what we were gonna do, Cousins, and then the 8th spot. I really believe at this point, now that you've solidified this, like I said before, right now you got to do what Dallas did that one. You got to do what Dallas did that one draft. If you remember, they drafted offensive linemen in the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And think about it. Those were offensive linemen in the first 3 rounds. And then they got their defensive line. We need receivers. It's deep enough to do. But my thing is, why not go ahead and start getting your replacement pieces now while the getting is good and while it's loaded right now? Even if you got to get them as an undrafted free agent, you got to go for gusto.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much all we got.
I like
today,
that.
folks. I definitely appreciate y'all for coming through. Mr. Larry, please tell us about your site, and then we got Chris. You're gonna tell us about yours, and then Mr. Emmanuel McFarland, you tell us about yours too. So go ahead, Larry. Please tell the people where they can find you at, so they can get this great commentary and mute the TV.
All right. Yeah, guys. My name is Larry Dixon. Part of the Dixon Way. Me and my beautiful wife Shonda are 2 peas in a pod. We met Miss Pam out there. She was just listening to us streaming at the training camp. She's I'm watching you guys. Appreciate you. So yeah, man, what we do is live commentary of all our favorite sports teams. So that's the Braves, the Hawks, the Falcons, the Bulldogs, even my wife Lizards. You see back there, House of Violence. We love each other.
You just don't love her on damn October, dog. That's all that is. October 31st.
Man,
that day.
Man. Look, them streams be extra special, man. You talking about comedy, entertainment.
She been quiet the past few years.
She's still gonna talk her talk night. Come on.
Lord,
you think when we lost in the playoffs, she ain't come through here scrolling through with her Gator shirt on? Like, come on, man.
They couldn't do it. They had to pray for somebody to beat us. They couldn't do it.
It's all right, though. I mean, look, we all know how that rivalry go, man. But guys, if you want to listen to some commentary that's not on the TV, you want to hear from a fan perspective, then come check us out, man. The Dixon Way, just like it says on my title right there. And check us out. Me and the wife do try to be entertaining and informative during our stream. So turn down your TV and turn the Dixon Way up. That's our motto. Appreciate you having me on, bro.
Hey man, I thank you for coming on to the show. You're a busy man, dog. It means a lot. Larry be calling like about 5 or 6 games every day.
Facts.
Man work like a Jamaican boy. Got 5 jobs.
We're trying to grow it 1 subscriber and follower at a time, man. We appreciate everybody being a part of the Dixon Way family. That's what we call it, family, man.
Yes, sir.
We chill with the fam.
Yes.
So what you got, Chris, man? Tell the folks where they can find you at, and also great content.
Okay, well, you can find me on A1 Forever Sports, the show that's cool and fly too, and we be generational because it's always time to be, and ain't no point of selling for less because you can always have more with the vision. That's on YouTube and on TikTok, Instagram, and what this thing called Twix, Twitter, whatever. You can find me
Twitter
at
known as X.
yeah. You can find me A1 forever. Chris Tipmore, man. Chat it up with anybody. Come on by. Let's talk some Falcon football, some sports and whatnot. We got some stuff coming up because we got a new quarterback now, Kirk Cousins. Kurt Frost, Kurt Cobains, Kurt Cochains, whatever y'all want to call him. Let's call him the Atlanta Falcons quarterback, man. And I'm ready. I'm with it, and you guys should be with it too. It's Super Bowl or bust for me, though, guys. I'm not gonna lie. We got to surround this guy with some
We're
peace.
all with the same thing.
We don't just bring in a Kirk Cousins just for a playoff berth. So that being said, hey, I appreciate you for bringing me on, man. I really do. And anytime, just have me on anytime.
Man, I'm always gonna have you on. I gotta come to your house. See, y'all be coming in my house, drinking up all my Kool-Aid, opening the refrigerator, eating up all my snacks. And look, and these jokers leave the front door open and don't even close the door when they leave. See, that's how they do.
Oh, well, I normally pull the door together. I normally do.
You know what? I give you that. Now Berto ass gonna eat and leave. Berto was supposed to come by tonight, but I know he had to take care of some stuff. Shout out to my boy Berto, Mr. 95 North Sports, my boy, and my partner, my other brother, Mr. Smitty Smith.
Yes, sir.
Smitty's Time Machine. Y'all check him out too. They're a trio. They're a trio, ladies and gentlemen. So you ain't gonna see one without the other. This is the first time I've seen one without the other two. Something must be up.
Oh man, they like you said, they're doing other things. So I was like, well, I may as well make myself useful somewhere. So
Hey man, this is just like an old fish fry. We got the dominoes going, spades, and everybody talking trash. And what you got, Emmanuel? What's happening, baby?
Hey, what's going on? Listen, I enjoy being here, man. You see how it's done. None of my platform has been launched yet. My wife and my son are working on those for me. But it was good to come on here and chat it up with you guys and get you guys insight on the Falcon and the way we're moving. And me myself, I was just ecstatic when Arthur Blank bought the team. Coming from the Rankin Smith boys, who like in Cleveland, he destroyed the Atlanta Falcons. Should I say they destroyed the Atlanta Falcons?
Yes.
So when Arthur Blank bought the team and he brought that money with him, I knew we were moving in the right direction. So all we got to do now, we got the head coach in here, we got the quarterback that presumably that's gonna move us past that first, second round and own this conference and on to Super Bowl, hopefully. Like Tip said, is he that guy that's gonna take us to the Super Bowl? We don't know, but we got 2 years with him at least. Yeah, at least we got 2 years to see. So, but look out for my content, man. It's going to come up, and it's going to come up fast and hard. Because I love talking about the Falcons. I'm that guy that if you're in the stall next to me, we're gonna be in there talking about the Falcons. So just know I talk about them all the time. It's everything Falcons around me. And a lot of people don't like it, but guess what? I ain't going nowhere until God bring me home.
Hey,
amen. So now we move on to Auntie Pam, better known as the medical professional expert. My grandmother was a nurse for over 20 years, so it's a special it's a special place for me. Rest in peace, Mercedes Broadnecks. She was part of the first wave of black nurses in Jacksonville, Florida, or whatnot. She's part of the Nightingale.
So Shauna's the RN, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Where did she go to school, man? Florida?
No. She's here at Perimeter.
Oh, she's
Georgia Perimeter, yeah. And actually,
that's what's up.
I had to drive her down for her I had to drive in a snowstorm from Philadelphia to here. No sleep. And got her down, and she aced her test.
That's what's up.
All right, congratulations.
That was worth that 15-hour drive. I've taken it for
2 weeks.
I know.
And
I'm up here at the top with Berto, so I've made that drive, so I know. But so Auntie, we see you all on every platform. We miss you over here, man. You got to come visit us, man. A little bit.
I'm on a part of all female podcast that comes on Thursday.
Let them know what it is.
It's the Lady Bird or AFN. It's all female cast talking nothing but sports. Okay. It comes on Thursday night at 8.
Oh, so y'all pretty much trying to chop our heads. That's what the hell y'all doing. No, I'm good. No, I'm good with that, Auntie. I got to give you some grief, but I appreciate you coming through.
But I appreciate you having me. I got a couple of things to say.
What you got?
I think Atlanta has an excellent scouting team, and I trust and believe they will pick the right pieces for Kirk Cousins and everything else. And I encourage anybody to look at the Netflix that Kirk Cousin did. You might want to just omit the Marcus Mariota part, but just watch his, Kirk Cousin part. That's all I can say.
Cutting up, boy.
If you want to get to know who Kirk Cousin is, I mean, they did a good job with him on that show.
Yeah, documentary. Yeah.
Document. But I like to pick. Like I said, I'm a Russell Wilson person. But congratulations him. I hope he do well in Pittsburgh.
We got to see him.
But let's get on board behind Kirk Cousin, and let's go ahead and put pieces around him.
That's what's up.
That's it. That's it.
Well, we definitely appreciate the panel for coming on, man. You already know how we get down. You in the birdcage. You either get right or you get left. This was the pop-up show. Had fans to come through tonight. We definitely appreciate all our fans in Twitter, aka X, Facebook, YouTube, and pretty much if you're listening on the radio. Thank you for just coming to check out and hang out with us for about an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes actually.
Yes, sir.
So we'll see you guys on Thursday at 8 p.m. while the ladies are doing their thing. We got some stuff coming. We got some more. We got some special interviews coming up, and I'm talking about maybe some Falcon players coming through, and maybe a former Falcons coach.
I got a question. For you, Ryan.
What's up?
You're not gonna interview your boy Matt? I'm playing.
Hey, I know what inside joke that is. Y'all,
you starting trouble. Now, see, look. Now I'm trying to wrap this thing up, and look, you starting trouble. See, listen, K-Dub done left the stage or whatnot, and that's normally the one that be starting trouble. Now you done slid up in here starting trouble, Larry.
I just asked a question.
But you know what? It's okay. I started trouble on our guy WeHawks TV. Shout out to our boys over there at WeHawks TV.
Yep.
My guy Damon and those boys, they do their thing for the Atlanta Hawks. If you're a Hawks fan,
yes, sir.
I had to kind of jump on that boy Matt last night. Put that bow in his throat one good time. I kept him quiet last night, dog.
Shots fired.
I told you, dog.
I promise, man. That joke was funny. I'm sorry.
It was super.
I'm sorry, Chris. Y'all got to forgive me. I didn't take my medication. I had therapy today, so it mellowed me out. But after losing the game like that and having to deal with that clown like that, I'm telling you, I just had to put somebody in to work on that joke one good time, dog. But anyways, man, we definitely appreciate y'all for coming through. Don't make this y'all last time. This is, we got Clayton Murray to come in here, which was a surprise. We thought he was dead. My boy came through tonight, but we'll see you guys on Thursday night. Thank you again. Check us out, BirdCage LLC. We definitely got some interviews that's going to be coming up, but we love you. We'll holler at you, and thank y'all once again for stopping by. Now, Kirk Cousins is here, so guess what? Peace up, A-Town down. Kirk, you the man now, baby. No excuses. Get your shit right or get left. Let's go.